Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going through all my bedrooms and just giving them a really good reset to start the week. It always goes by way too fast before I need to change the sheets. So everybody is getting clean sheets, all the rooms are getting dusted and vacuumed and just giving it that full fresh start going into the new week. We're all suffering really bad in my house from allergies. You can probably hear it a little bit in my voice, but we have all been really suffering. Everything is blooming where we live and it's just been brutal. Everything is covered in a coat of yellow and it's not been very easy for any of us. But I'm starting off in our room and I'm just changing my sheets, giving it a good reset in here. And I realized when I deep cleaned my room last time, I actually never touched my headboard. So it was completely covered in dust. So I am going to go ahead and also give that a vacuum and get that nice and clean and fresh. And it's funny how having an upholstered headboard makes such a difference. It's obviously use a vacuum instead of a rag to clean it, but I feel like once you get that vacuum and pick up the dust, it's brand new and you can't even tell there's not any dust that was left behind, and it just looks so fresh and so clean. And I don't know, I always say it, but having a clean room when you get into bed at night always makes everything feel so much better. It's nice and relaxing when you get into bed knowing that you don't have to do it anymore.
Closing in. Just remember where we're going and remember where we've been. We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together, but I do hear the oceans roar.
So now I'm moving on to James's bedroom, and it's pretty much clean in here since I did a deep clean in here. He doesn't really play too much in here, and I've been really on them about cleaning up their toys or whatever they're using when they're done. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. And I have to say, the bed sheets that I put on his bed, they're probably his favorite bed sheets. He got them for Christmas, and though they're not exactly Lego theme, there's something about them. The comforter is his absolute favorite comforter, and then he has this Among Us throw blanket that he got for his 6th birthday that he sleeps with every single night. It's his favorite thing that his auntie ever gave to him, and he does not miss a night that he does not sleep with it. It's a requirement that it's clean before his bed. If I'm washing sheets, it's getting washed and it's getting back on his bed because he will not sleep without that blanket. He doesn't care what else is there as long as he has his Among Us blanket. But putting his bed together is always something that's super easy and quick, he refuses to get rid of this baby guardrail to keep him from falling because he said he's worried about his stuffies falling on the ground. So even though he doesn't need it anymore because he is no longer a risk of falling off his bed, he keeps it there for the security of his stuffies, which I think is super adorable.
I have seen you here before. Not a coincidence, I'm sure. I hope you're looking at me now.
So Jacob's room, I feel like, is even faster to do just because he definitely has no toys in his room. The stuff he's on his bed is the most that he has. And I'm debating getting rid of one side rail from his bed, but then I get nervous that he's going to fall. He just turned 4, and I don't know if he really needs them anymore. He's had them on his bed for as long as he's had this bed, so right before 2 years old. And I just don't think he needs these guardrails like this anymore, but I'm scared he'll fall. So I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but I might work up the courage to get rid of one side to make it a little easier for us and one side to protect him just until we know he's really not a fall risk. And after this room was done, I actually went into our guest room because my sister was spending the night. The boys had asked their aunt to stay the night, and she happily said yes. So I had to prepare that room for her because the boys are never easy to sleep next to, and we have the space, so I might as well have her own space to be comfortable in. But we still have our box springs from our old bed frame. Our new bed frame is a platform bed, so we no longer needed the box springs. So I had put them in our spare bedroom, and we just didn't really know what to do with them after that. We still don't know what to do with them. We're in between throwing them out, but they're still useful, so we'll probably just see if somebody we know wants them, just so they don't go to waste. But that room is definitely where I got the biggest workout. Shuffling things in that room between the few toys that are in there and the air mattress that I did not deflate. I just picked it up and moved it around, and just all the clutter that was in there. It took me not a long time, maybe 30 minutes to get the room situated, maybe even less than that, but it was a workout. Those box springs were a lot heavier than I thought they were going to be, and I was fully expecting it to be so much quicker and so much easier than it was, because the way I pictured moving everything in my head just didn't happen that way. They were almost falling down on me, and then I just didn't know how I was going to put them because they didn't fit the long way where I wanted to put them because the wall juts out a little bit. But the end result, I think, worked out pretty well. My sister was able to sleep very comfortably in here, and I actually think that the way I moved the bed at the end worked out better because I feel like there's more space in the room, more walking room and it's a little easier to get onto the bed than how I had it before. So I think I'm going to keep it like this. The goal is sometime in the future to get an actual bed with an actual bed frame to put in this room. So when we have guests come and spend the night, it's a little bit more comfortable than this air mattress that was supposed to be a temporary thing. And even though we could keep it in there, I would like it to look a little nicer just when we're walking by than it just being an empty guest room with just, a blow-up mattress sitting on the side. I want it to look like a useful room.
Down. I'm thinking of you every day, a million times, hoping you hear me. just when I'm thinking of you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope that I was able to motivate you to get something done around your home today. I sure am happy to have been able to tackle a bunch of things I've been putting off in my house. And if you're new, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
And I've been